Hey guys, welcome to another video. This one is Conquest on Grand Bazaar and Battlefield 3. This is a post patch gameplay, and just like everybody else that has done in the past, what, 3 or 4 days that the patch has been out, they've done their patch review. Well, damn it, I'm going to do my patch review. Well, here we go. This is, like I said, post patch Grand Bazaar. Obviously don't think this is a patch thing, but since I've come back to the game over having taken a month and a half, maybe 2 months hiatus from it, I really have enjoyed the multiple different types of gameplays they do, or game modes they have. Obviously, it's the same old game modes, but they put it on servers in such a way that they cycle through things, like what is one of them called? Soldier Skirmish or something like that. It is, Rush, Conquest, TDM, all that stuff. There is vehicles in it, except it's only ground vehicles, no air support, or there's maybe one helicopter. It's supposed to be more of an emphasis on the gun-to-gun stuff. Or take it to the other side. There's ones called Epic Battles, which is just a massive armor and air support that that is allowed to be used in those matches. Again, it cycles through the whole type of Rush, Conquest, Squad Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm really kind of excited about that. I think that was a great idea. What a way to try to make new gameplays, make things more enjoyable for people, without really having to remake the game and come up with new game modes. They put it in such a way that they make the old game modes more fun, because you cycle through them. It's not just straight up Conquest every single time. You have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and we'll go back to this, that type of thing. And that's pretty neat. So I really applaud DICE and the developers and all that, EA, for doing that. I'm not quite sure when that was added into the game. I'm sure that's more of a PC thing, at least originally, and that they finally just brought it over to the console side. So that's kind of cool. Alright, for the patch notes and things, and my feelings on the patch. First and foremost, I have added a little bit of coloring onto to my videos. I do that because I just like adding a little bit more to it than what the game offers. However, when playing the game, I've noticed that the quality of graphics seems to be better. Now, I don't know if they actually did anything or not, or is it just me, but it really seems to be more crisper, more sharper, tighter graphics. They now have the anti-aliasing on-off option for people, which is very good. I've never really, if you haven't heard of the issue that has surrounded that, the anti-aliasing, which is a way that graphics are rendered. It's a way to, when it's on, I'm not quite quote me on this, I'm just giving you a very, very rough, brief overview of it. It's just how crisp graphics look. It's something that you won't go, I know exactly what that was when I print that on, but you'll notice a slight change to the graphics, the feel for it. And if your computer, mostly it's a computer thing, can handle it, it runs very, very smooth, but it's more taxing on the resources that your computer offers. However, in this game, they actually have it on. It came with it on, and people were experiencing a delay between physically moving the controller, the sticks, to the movement on the screen. Some people weren't experiencing much of a delay at all, like myself. At least I didn't notice it. Maybe I'd have. To extremes where people really did notice, until also to the extremes that people were actually making videos and putting it up on YouTube and showing it. DICE and the developers have narrowed it down to being an anti-aliasing problem, and if we do experience it, we have the option of turning that anti-aliasing option off, which is very cool. I'm glad that they addressed that issue. I don't know if I really do like the way they put out patches that are so mega huge. I mean, this one was a gig. A patch that was huge, gig size. But it takes them, a month and a half, 2 months for in between patches. Whatever. That's just the way they do it, I suppose. There's no sense of getting upset about such things. I just prefer it, the other little tidbits throughout the entire, couple of months, couple of small patches or hot fixes throughout the month. and maybe a little bit bigger one later that they'll announce and things like that. But of course, each developer does their job a little bit differently, and this is the way that the guys have chosen to do such things. It really makes for a whole new style of gameplay. A lot of people, a lot of my friends have said it feels like a totally new game, especially with all the different tweaks to the weapons. They did a monstrous job on the weapons. Practically every weapon got tweaked, especially obviously the shotguns and the frag rounds and the buckshot. All that stuff got all sorts of tweaked up and down in this patch. Along with vehicles, they said in the patch notes that they were going to fix the guided shell. If you didn't know, guided shell was originally, it even says in the description of it, to be a ground-to-ground surface missile. It's not a ground-to-air missile like we use it for, to shooting down air support. It was originally and descriptively designed for ground-to-ground, tank-to-tank, or a soul flam dude with whatever the hell to a tank or an LAV, not to a chopper and things like that. Well, however, they haven't passed that. Now, I have heard, but I haven't read from the 3 other friends that they said that the entire patch has not been implemented yet. Later today, I guess it would be today when you guys see this, from Friday, or right now, the rest of the patch is supposed to be implemented. We have all the code and the files for it. It just hasn't been switched on, I guess. And maybe that's one of those things that will be switched on. They wanted to put this integrate this patch slowly to make sure, and I applaud them for it again, to make sure that everything seems to be working seamlessly. Is there still some issues with things? Yeah, there is. But just like everything else. Could the shotguns be tweaked with distance-wise a little bit more than they are? Sure, but what they have done is a major improvement over what they were. Obviously, the frag round has been nerfed, which is good. I wish we would have taken it out completely. This damn game, or all these first-person shooter games, are so saturated with noob tubes and shit that goes boom and that sort of stuff. The USAS, I wish the firing rate of that was tweaked a little bit so it doesn't fire as fast. But whatever, it's just the nature of it. So that I'm overall very, very happy with this. Spawns, another big thing. Spawns have been rehashed, especially in problematic maps. I forget on these names. I think this map there was some issues. It's a couple of the Kirkland maps there were some issues. Especially the one that spawned you all the way in. There wasn't the peninsula or something that spawned you right in the middle of the warehouse on top of each other, or the canals map, which was a real bad spawn. Things have been changed up and tweaked, and it's been done a very nice job. Now, is the spawns perfect? No. Sometimes you'll be standing there, and all of a sudden somebody will spawn right on you. It happens. It really happens. Or at the initial spawn, after this happens all the time. After the initial spawn somewhere, especially on a TDM, because TDMs are tighter maps. This is where you'll see it more. Tighter maps, so it's tighter spawns. Within a second after the game starts, somebody's already dead. I mean, that just shows you how close guys are spawning. Now, like I said, is it perfect? Absolutely not. But definitely a vast improvement over from what it was. So I'm appreciative of that. The newest big thing that they're coming out with, and again, this is more of a PC thing, and they just ported over from the PC, and allowing us to do it too. We can rent servers now. I don't think it's been implemented yet. Maybe they'll be in the next few days. But the menu options are there right now, where you pay money, real money, and you're able to rent a private server for your friends and such, which is actually kind of cool. I've thought about it as a thing. I guess it's already going on because I've already seen clan servers. Let's do a little spawn trapping here. So that's nice, and it's also too for people. I could see them using it as a training ground for vehicles, especially air support. If guys are like myself, don't know how to fly the jet yet, and they want to be uninterrupted on flying the jet, or just do some simple training, dogfighting stuff without in a real battle or ranking battle. They can do it there. For one of my friends that do have the PC version of this game, they say that's already been implemented and it's been in there for a while. Actually, I think their EA put up an actual server, I think, a training school or something that he said it was called, where it's just a lot more vehicles that you're able to train yourself on. So that's kind of cool, and that's a way to do it. I wish they'd actually bring that server in here, but they were not going to. But the rent-a-server idea is kind of cool, but I heard it's actually kind of expensive, like $20 or something. So I don't know. I'm not gonna personally do it. I'm not that much of a hard charger on this game. This is my game of choice for sure, but I ain't gonna spend that kind of money on doing such things. So that's where that stands. Also, too, I just got done playing a match where the Conquest tickets have been turned up. I think it almost was like 1,000. Maybe it wasn't 1,000. Maybe it was like 800. 800 per side. Match was like 40 minutes long, and it was ranking 2. I had over 12,000. A friend of mine had over 13,000 points. I had over about 8,000 points. I got so many damn medals, not medals, but ribbons. It didn't show them all. It just showed one ribbon, and then it said how many numbers the rest I had. I had 22, so I thought that was kind of cool, and that was kind of neat. Nice way to rank up for those players that still need to rank up, like me, because I'm 34, 35, maybe something like that. So I still got to go through all that nonsense. So there you have it, guys. This was we were playing this soldier scrimmage, and this was the Conquest map, I believe. Where we pretty much spawn trapped the hell out of them, playing with my usual suspects, my 2 buds, and Topher's actual real-life friend. And that was kind of cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the match. Hope you guys enjoyed the talk. Leave any comments, things you want to say. Fuck you. Hey, how you doing? You know, whatever you want. It's all good. And I will catch you guys later on the next video coming up. Take care.